Morning, world. Another beautiful day up here in paradise. Yeah, I got the beanie on my head, but you know. Anyway, roll the intro.
Hi, Hippy Trev here, and welcome to my channel. Hope you get something out of it.
Rightio, world. I'm so fucking over with this fucking idler arm. I've got a whole new plan. But first of all, I've got to get the wheels off. So, let's get these wheels off. The reason they're coming off right now is actually they're going down to JJ's and I'm having brand new tyres fitted either today or at the latest Monday, today being Friday. So let's get them off. Gotta love a rattle gun. I don't have a battery operated zippy to do it, but I do have my air gun. And as you can see, that was printing pretty worn, and I've actually got canvas poking through. So, quite a lot of comments again on the other short video the other day. Love all the comments, but I've got a new plan. And I'm so fucking over this idler arm. I may not solve it, but I'm going to make it work. Right out. So that's the right hand tread. She's not as bad. And I'm just coming down to the wear marks now. So, but these tyres, both these tyres, they've been on here 6 years. Actually more than, I think they've been a bit over 6 years. I've had these on the car. And I've clocked 20, maybe 30,000 miles on these tyres. I've done 2 trips down to Vic and back and everywhere else I've gone. So the wheel alignment actually held up really, really good. But she's going in on Wednesday for a wheel alignment. But for now I'm taking it down to JJ's. They're going to fit 2 new tyres to it. I may not see these again until Monday. I've also got another plan I want to talk to Ben about, and I'll explain all that when I get home. So, righto, worlds, talk to you when I get back. Later, bye. Righto, worlds, I'm back from dropping the tyres off, so got a new plan today. Like I said, I'm so fucking over all this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to install, take this out. I'm actually going to install this part that I bought. I'm not going to put the arm in. I'm not going to do that part. What I'm going to do, oh shit, I made me spanner. I'm actually going to install this bolt into the idler arm that's in the car. As everyone says, I'm going to install this part, wind it up into there. I'm going to wind that down to where I think the right height is, set it all up with my 180 lock and turn, regardless of whether it hits the starter motor or not. Now, what I do have is I bought this Jazz high torque starter motor quite a few years ago. I put it in the car, didn't like it, took it out. I had trouble when I cracked the solenoid on the original starter. I mean, look at the size of them. Put it back in and it was all locked up. Now the thing is, between the high torque and this one, I'll just point you down, is there's a massive height difference. So I'll just get my tape measure out. So when I put this one in, I had to have this, like there, it goes in, and of course you bolt up from the bottom, which is there and there. The bolts that come out of this one were so longer, I had to have this completely wash it up each side. And the height difference is, that one's exactly 100 centimetres. This one is 85 centimetres. Now that's a difference of quite a lot. This part here is, say, 26 centimetres. And this one here is, I can't even see, it's about 21 centimetres. So I might be able to use that bolt, but this bolt here is going to have to be changed for a shorter bolt. And the other thing is, when it went in, I just didn't like the way it worked. I've had these in my 6-cylinder cars before and they tend to chew out the ring gear. I've just spoken to Ben down at JJ's. He's got one of these in his 4-wheel drive with a 253. He's never had a problem. So, first job's going to be reinstall that to what I think is the correct position. Set it all up, whether it hits the starter motor or not. And then secondly, maybe just fuck around with this and see if I can make this one work the way it's supposed to. Try and find the right length bolt from there instead of trying to mess with bolts and washers, and see if I can get that one successfully put into place and then see if it clears the starter motor. So that's my plan for the moment. Now the other plan is, if I want to keep the big one, I'm thinking of putting a stop in on full left lock. So I'm trying to work out how to put some sort of bracket or something in on the bottom wishbone, I think that's what I call them, where your shocks and everything bolt into, that prevents me from turning that on full left lock. So it gets to a certain point where it's going to hit that bump stop and I can't go full left lock and I cannot smack into the starter motor. I mean, I'll have enough left turn that won't bother me at the moment. I get 1.5 turns left. And as soon as I go past the 1.5 and head towards the full two turns to the left, that's when she hits the starter. 1.5 turns left should be enough to get me out of any situation I'm in, and on right lock it doesn't matter. Now Ben also suggested that I check my pitman arm, that when my wheels are straight and I go to put in, that the pitman arm is dead straight and the idler arm the same. I've just looked under the car then, and when I got the wheels set up as they should be in a straight line, the pitman arm is dead straight the way it should be, so that's not an issue. I don't have to change that position at all. So that's sort of the plan at the moment. Firstly, reinstall this part. I don't want to install this part because I'm too worried I'm just going to mess all this up here and get all this height completely wrong. I've looked in the manual and there's a certain, I'm just not smart enough to get this set up properly. So I'm going to put this in and hopefully that'll sort that problem out, and then I go back to try and put in this starter motor and see if I can get some clearance, and hopefully that'll get me out of the problem. I'm so over fucking around with this thing. Whether it's, I know when that's in and it's up nice and tight, it's going to be right. Whether it hits the starter motor or not, I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm going to work my way around it. I'll find another option. Now, I'm not going to film me putting all this back in. We've seen that a million times. It won't take me long to get, it doesn't take long to get that unbolted and out. It takes about 15 minutes. I can get that unbolted and out and get this one set up in there without too much drama. And then I'm going to turn my attention to either working out how to set up a stop, and then maybe install this high torque starter motor, which I don't like, but like I said, I've got to try and hunt down some bolts the right length, and maybe that's another way at it, which quite a few people have also said. So, righto worlds, I'll get back to you later when I'm a little bit more organised and I've got this part reinstalled the way it should be. So, righto worlds, I will catch you later. Righto worlds, well, absolutely beautiful up here today. I think we're about 25 degrees or 24 degrees. It's absolutely gorgeous. Righto, back to the boat. All right, so I found a couple of bolts to suit this starter. Now, the thing I did notice is these bolts here have like a real like threaded thing here, and same as the short one. They're like a bit of a shank. These were flat ones, so when I installed that into the so when I actually installed that into the block, it wasn't quite sitting right, but as you can see, there's quite a lot of difference between the height, and that's exactly how much I used to have to wash that bolt out to make it fit. Same as that one, had to have a couple of washes just to make it fit. Anyway, I installed that in there, hit the key, and all I get is click, click, click. It won't even throw out. It's like it's not even throwing this out. I have checked it. I bench checked it with the battery, and I bench checked it with the battery, hooked it up, and touched the terminals, and it throw out and okay. Stuck that in the car, no good. No, I didn't check it. Hang on. Turn that off. I had the idler arm I had the idler arm out at that time too, because I was just making it easy to work under there. So this didn't bloody work, and it used to work, but it doesn't work now. So I've gone back and put the old starter in. I put the idler arm in, it's in, and I had it set up with only a half 180 turn out. So instead of having full two and a bit turns on right lock on the steering wheel, I've only got 1 and a bit turns. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see, there's a fair bit of space for it to go back. I don't know if that's enough right lock. I'll go back to straight. I did check the pitman arm as well and make sure that was straight. So that's full right lock. So it's about half, and then 1 full turn back, and that gives me full right lock. Sorry, and that gives me back to centre lock. So I only get 1 and a bit over a half. Where before, when I had the idler arm 1 extra turn out, I got 2 and 2 and a bit full locks on the steering wheel on right lock. Now I'm going to go back to left lock. I've got the battery disconnected yet. Hang on, I'll go back to straight. Right, so I go back to full right lock, half 1. That puts the wheel straight. Then we go 1, 2, nearly 2 full locks on left. I think I'm going to pull the idler arm out and redo that. And we're back hitting up against the starter motor. But what my plan is, I'll just back it off a couple. I'll just back it off a bit. I might have to pull that pitman out. I might have to pull that idler arm out again and reset it so I've got at least 2 full locks on right lock. I put a thing on Shipbook asking how many turns it is from centre to full right lock and how many turns to centre on full left lock, and just waiting on a reply. What my plan is, right, so that's well away from the starter motor now, and I've got a bit of left lock, is down here is maybe rigging up some sort of bolt or welding something here that I can have poke out that stops that arm travelling any further, and that'll stop it hitting the starter motor. So can I have something welded onto there like a bolt, or can I rig up some sort of bracket that will actually stop that travelling any further and will stop me hitting the starter motor? Now I saw on Shipbook too, there's a high torque starter sitting over in Gin. I've just rang the guy up but he didn't answer. He wants $175 brand new. It actually has the shorter bolts with the shanks on them, like a shank there, because when it goes up into the block, it doesn't catch thread straight away. That's sort of like a centering thing. But I don't know why that's not working. It used to work. I remember the last time when this starter motor shit itself, I put that in and I hit the key, all I got was click, click, click. I bench tested it, it was working. So why it's not working now, why it doesn't throw out when it's in the car, maybe it just clicks, it doesn't actually throw out. But bench testing, it throws out. So anyway, worlds, still no word on my tyres back. Still not getting anywhere. But yeah, that's the only thing I can come up with. Maybe someone could weld me up a bolt or set up some sort of setup that I can actually rig onto that underneath that will actually stop. That will actually stop me going full left lock and actually hitting that starter motor, and that would solve all the problems. As long as I don't, as long as I can come up with something that stops that going up and smacking up against the starter motor, I'm good to go. But at the moment, I don't have a welder or anything like that, and I don't even know anyone that's got a welder that can come and help me. Sort of, if you live in the big city, you've got lots of options, but when you live in a small town like this, and if you want to call someone out, well, they want $150 odd an hour or something crazy like that, and I'm not paying someone $150 an hour just to weld a bolt in there. I'm waiting on that guy to give me a call back from Gin. Maybe I can give him a couple of dollars and do a run over that starter motor. Maybe he'll let me chuck it in, make sure it does actually work. Why the other high torque one doesn't work, I don't know. So I get everything. I don't know anything at the moment, and it's really starting to, it's starting to strain on me. But I haven't given up yet. Goes in Wednesday for the wheel alignment. I want to try and get everything done as much as I can under here before it goes in for the wheel alignment. Hopefully the tyres will be back this afternoon, but maybe they won't back. Hopefully the tyres will be back this afternoon, but they probably won't be back till Monday. So, yeah, just waiting on some info to how many lock to lock from straight, how many turns on the steering wheel to full right lock, and then back, and how many turns to full left lock. Well, I got a 2 and a bit turns on full left lock, so I may have to back that idler arm out again. I may have to back that idler arm out one more turn to get a little bit more height. That'll give me the full 2.5 turns on full right lock. So anyway, Worlds, still haven't given up, still testing me, but anyway, we'll see how we go. So rightio, Worlds, stay safe, keep your knees in the breeze, and we'll catch you later. Bye.